Colorado parents, is education for your child important to you? And does having the option to send your child to a school that suits their specific needs matter to you and your family? I believe that parents and families know their child's educational needs the best, and that if they have a particular learning style or have needs that are better addressed by specific programs, or they're at a school where they aren't thriving and need to transfer to another where they can achieve their full academic success, that you as a parent should be able to have the option to make that happen. As a parent of 3 children myself, I completely understand this struggle and how important it is to have options available. However, the Democrats in Colorado don't seem to feel this way. If you go directly to the Colorado Democrats website, www.cohousedems.com, you will find a recent statement they released on this very topic, accusing House Republicans of wanting to defund public education in their proposal to allow for things like school vouchers, which creates the ability for funds allocated to your child's education through taxes to follow them to the academic institution or educational method you deem best for their utmost progress. Their statement is titled Dem Leadership Statement on Republican Plan to Defund Public Schools. The statement goes on to read, quote, House and Senate Democrat leadership today released the following joint statement in response to Republicans' public school voucher proposal that would defund public schools as they work to resume student learning during a pandemic. The challenges families are facing are real, but this proposal is not a serious effort to address them. Their plan cloaks in the guise of a crisis response a long-sought and unpopular voucher plan that would defund public education in our state at the worst possible time. Stripping away the funding schools need to protect students, their families, and educators in the midst of a pandemic is reckless and detrimental to the entire community. End quote. Basically, they're resorting to typical leftist methods of fear and manipulation tactics to scare you away from taking control of the needs of your children and family, and telling you that if you believe in school choice, citing the pandemic just to put the cherry on top of that fear tactic, then you're selfish and don't care about the needs of not only the school, but the entire community. However, by doing this, what they're really doing is intimidating parents into keeping their children where they are, whether the school's reopening strategy works for you or not. And not doing what's best for you, but what's best for them and the teachers' unions who benefit from political partnerships. So let's get the facts straight so you as a parent can make informed decisions about your child's progress in their academic studies, and so this isn't sacrificed for a politically motivated agenda. So how do school vouchers work? School vouchers provide a way for the funds allocated to your child's attendance at a public school, paid for by your state income and property taxes, to be sent to the school of your choice to pay for either part or full tuition at that school. Instead of the full amount being directly sent to the school in your district, the school you choose works with you to have at least part of that amount or all of it go directly out of the general education fund to help pay for the cost of sending your child to a school where you feel that their needs are being best served. And honestly, isn't during this pandemic the best time to have the funding you need put toward the educational situation that ensures that your child's progress continues and that you, as the head of your household, are able to get back to work and recover from the financial struggles imposed on you by extended state shutdowns? And wouldn't you want your local representatives to be fighting for what's best for you? Unfortunately, it appears that our current leftist government is only interested in what's best for them, and that's to keep your tax dollars flowing to where they need them to go, no matter how much more stress and uncertainty it causes for you. Their statement continues, quote, Our school districts have been working tirelessly with education partners and parents on innovative approaches to safely reopen based on the unique conditions in their localities. It is disappointing that our Republican colleagues chose to use media tactics to push their agenda rather than working with the majority on solutions that meet the pressing needs of Coloradans. We urge them to come to the table in good faith and listen and understand the needs of our school districts, parents, and teachers before rushing to extreme and partisan policies. What we need right now is informed decision-making, not short-sighted ideas that would radically change our state's education system." End quote. So in other words, they don't want school choice interfering with the government-run education system. And while they're using fear tactics to scare you into foregoing choices for your own children, they're painting their colleagues as the bad guys, as usual, to make it seem like wanting more for your family is a terrible objective. Yet when they say they're working tirelessly with education partners, what they mean is that they're supporting scare tactics by local teachers' unions who put on displays like pretending to sign wills in front of their school and make you think they're all going to die if they get back to their classrooms. Their efforts include playing partisan political games and standing back as teachers unanimously call in sick, so the start of school that you and your employer had planned for is delayed. Again. So again, I ask, wouldn't this be the time where you need to be able to explore more educational options and have the funding to do so if the educators and institutions in your area don't coincide with what your family needs? While your child's academic progress starts to regress as they're isolated from their peers, experiencing heightened levels of loneliness, anxiety, and depression, and while you're trying to recover from this pandemic, lost income, and financial uncertainty, the Democrats in Colorado are trying to tell you that wanting more choices that could potentially create more stability in your home is selfish and partisan. Colorado parents, here's the bottom line. You are in charge of your children and their education, and you need local representatives who understand that and who provide realistic ideas, because your child continuing to experience setbacks in their education while you are struggling to keep your household afloat will become harder and harder to recover from the longer this goes on. It's time to elect new representatives. This isn't about right or left. It's about making sure that those you vote for are actually interested in supporting you and who want to make sure that you are empowered with the choices you need to address the well-being of your children and family. My name is Samantha Cook. I am running to represent House District 1 in Denver, and I respect parents as the leaders in their homes and have a deep understanding of how much our children need us to stand up for them right now more than ever. I know that you know how to take care of your children, and I will always support you in doing so. Please go to my website, samantha4coloradovalues.com, to get more information and vote for me as the next representative of House District 1.